Big up guys, welcome to the stream. Yeah, once again, a little bit of a delay. I apologise, and it was supposed to be a lot earlier. But it was my sister's birthday today. I mean, it was mine yesterday, so obviously we ended up going out and went out again in the end today. Wasn't originally going to do that with her, but she wasn't available at one stage to go with me and my parents and everything. So at to today, as well as going out yesterday, of course, living it up. My birthday, yesterday. So had had a fair bit to drink and whatever and stuff yesterday. Had a really good time, and today as well, actually. So yeah, that was great, guys. Just always hate getting another year older now, especially now. When it was when I was really young, sort of like teens, 20s, whatever, that was no issue. But once you start getting a lot older, it's a different matter. when you get older and another year older, it's when your birthday comes around, it's quite quick now as well. So it's not good, but still, you have to celebrate it. I guess we all celebrate it. We're all still around. You've got to celebrate another year of life. So, why not? But anyway, I'm going to get on with this fairly quickly, though, guys, because I've got something coming to eat. So, a delivery. So I'm going to get on with this straight away. And obviously, Brentford versus the Bees. Brentford versus the Bees. We are the Bees, you prick. Sorry, I'm not with it. I've just gone because of all what's gone on recently. Of course, with my, living it up, probably having too good a time, and the brain's not with it at the moment. But no, it's the Bees versus the Seagulls, I should say, in the match preview. So obviously, this match is Saturday. Back in the Premier, and at the Gtech could be a tricky one. I think it could be fairly tricky because generally Brighton they're hard. Once the Seagulls are there, they can shit on you, as we all know. And comment there from Warren. Be up to you, my friend. Hope you're good. It's stinging time. Yeah, cheers. Thanks, bro. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in. So it could be tricky. This could be a tricky one, but I think the form we're in still at the moment, we're doing really well. Picking up points away now as well. Only lost 2 at home. Hopefully, we can get another win here. I always think Brighton are a decent team, and you never know what you get of them sometimes, and little bit inconsistent. But they're still a quality team, and still got a lot of great players. Welbeck, of course, Mitoma, Gross, Minter. They got a fairly a big list of good players still. So can't be underestimated. And I don't think we will. I hope we won't. And anyway, let's get on with this match preview. Brentford versus Brighton on Saturday. Analysis, team news, match officials and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's Premier League game against Brighton at Gtech Community Stadium on Saturday, 21st February, 3 p.m. kickoff. Brentford welcome Brighton to the Gtech Community Stadium on Saturday, 3 p.m. kickoff, obviously. The Bees drew 1-1 with Arsenal in their last. Yeah, that's true. We did draw with Arsenal, of course. Yeah, in their last Premier League outing, while Fabian Hertzler's side lost 1-0 to Villa. So obviously they want to come back, after losing to Villa. But I think we should be good enough. We're back on form. We'll have Thiago back. We've got Sharda back. He'll be back now. Hold on a minute, guys. I've just got to deal with this. Hold on 1 minute. I'll be back soon. Apologies, guys. I just that was my food turned up, so I'm keeping it warm a little bit under the grill, under the oven, sorry, in the oven. So I won't be on here too much longer now. I'll just get through this quickly and then give my prediction and then go. So, sorry, guys, will be a quick one today now. Pre-match analysis, Stephen Gtech, playmaker stats, Brighton's high-intensity game possesses considerable challenges. Brentford hit the 40-point mark after a high-octane draw against Premier League leaders Arsenal last Thursday. So let's quickly fact-check their survival status ahead of Saturday's home clash with Brighton. Frequently cited as the mythical figure at which managers, players and fans can relax, that total has not actually been required to stay up since 2010-11, with 36 points proving enough for survival in each of the past 9 seasons. In fact, Wolves 40 points 2010-11, West Ham 42 2002-03, Bolton 40 97-98, and Sunderland 40 96-97 are the only sides that have been relegated from the Premier League despite reaching the so-called magic number. Keith Andrews will not count his chickens until the bees are mathematically safe, but his side currently hits 7th with realistic ambitions of qualifying for Europe for the first time. Brentford have made a fast start to 2026, winning more away Premier League points, 9, than any other side, in stark contrast to Brighton. Only Tottenham 4 have picked up fewer points than the Seagulls 6 so far this calendar year. And Fabian Hertzler's men arrive at the Gtech on a 3-game losing streak, during which they have failed to find the net. No team has drawn more top-flight games than Brighton's 10 this term, and while Hertzler's side are capable of beating anyone on their day exactly, they have frequently failed to click in attack and struggled for consistency. Regardless of current form, the Seagulls have some of the Premier League's most exciting young talents in their ranks, of course. Carlos Baleba, of course, he's still there. Karen Lampos Costulas among them, and their high-intensity game poses considerable challenges. Top for press sequences in the Premier League this season, 319. Brighton also ranked first for passes per defensive action, a metric measuring how many passes pressing sides allow before stepping in. On average, opponents manage just 10.2 passes in their own defensive third before the Seagulls intervene, highlighting the ferocity of Hertzler's press. Bees coach Keith Andrews will hope to win his personal head-to-head with Hertzler, the youngest permanent manager in Premier League history, and he will need to guard against the German counterpart's flair for match-changing substitutions. This season, Brighton 9, level with Arsenal, lead the way for top-flight goals via substitutes. And the Seagulls have notably scored 20 of their 34 goals, 59% after the hour mark. No team outscoring Hertzler's side in this time frame. Brighton's data highlights a trend towards costly self-inflicted errors, though. And Brentford will hope to put the squeeze on opponents who have conceded the most goals from penalties, 5, and own goals, 4 this season. In possession, Lewis Dunk and Jan Paul van Hecker set the tone for the Seagulls. Dunk leads the Premier League for successful passes in open play, 1,824, while his Dutch sidekick leads the division for progressive carries with 409. Brighton's central defensive duo both feature among the most booked players in the Premier League, however. And Brentford, spearheaded by 17-goal Igor Thiago, will look to force them into awkward defensive moments, where a missed time challenge can carry real consequences. Fresh from picking up January's Premier League Player of the Month award, Brentford's striker Thiago currently leads the top flight for goals from the penalty spot with 6. Notably, Thiago's one penalty miss this season came in a 2-1 defeat to Brighton. Yeah, he can put that right this time, maybe, if it happens again. Yeah, the Emirates Stadium last November, and the big Brazilian and the Bees were no doubt beginning to avenge that defeat. Scout report: Dan Long, Sky Sports. Seagulls struggling for goals in recent weeks. A week after Brighton beat Brentford in November, the Seagulls won away at Nottingham Forest and moved up to 5th in the Premier League. We are still not where we want to be, but it's a process and we focus on that, said head coach Fabian Hertzler. After missing out on a return to Europe by 4 points last season, his side had the early makings of another push. That optimism has since faded. From 6 games in December, they took 3 points, 2 of which came from draws against West Ham, a team fighting to retain their Premier League status. They did start 2026 with a win against Burnley, and a 1-1 draw at Man City was sandwiched in between a 2-1 win over Manchester United in the FA Cup third round. That's now 2 points on the last 5 Premier League games, and their miserable run of form has stretched to 1 win in 13. Unsurprisingly, scoring goals has been an issue. They've scored six across their last 7, underperforming their XG by 19. Across the season as a whole, they have scored 34 goals from an XG of 38.9 and conceded 34 from an XG of 36.2. In Opta analysts' expected Premier League table, they sit 10th on 37.3 points. In reality, they are 14th with 31 points, 6 points behind where they were at the same stage of last season. After the 1-0 defeat to rivals Crystal Palace on 8th February, Brighton were booed off. The only 2 options are to give up or keep pushing, to keep working, and that's always the option I have chosen in my life so far, the 32-year-old said afterwards. That's why I'm sitting here, because I never give up, because I keep fighting, and that's what I will keep pushing to do. Whether or not Brighton currently find themselves in a relegation battle is up for debate. There are 12 games to go, and the traditional 40-point milestone has lowered in recent years, and the Seagulls are closing in on that anyway. Odds analysts' predicted table currently has them set to finish 13th, with an 11-point cushion between themselves and the relegation zone. That would represent Brighton's lowest finish since 2020-21, which is not where they would have hoped to be at the start. But progress is often not linear, and sometimes in football you have to take the rough with the smooth, survive and go again next year. The game plan with Brian Owen, the Argus. Brian Owen, Brighton and Hove Albion reporter for the Argus, explains how the Seagulls are likely to set up at the Gtech. It's loosely 4-2-3-1, but one of the problems Brighton have had this season is that they have not had 2 genuine wingers on the pitch at the same time very often, certainly since the end of September. Ideally, they would have a fit and informed Kaora Mitoma and Yankuba Minta as the wingers, but they have hardly played together at the same time, with a lot of that due to injury or not being fully fit. There are 1 or 2 concerns over Minta against the ball as well. The number 9 and number 10 will interchange at times, with Danny Welbeck coming a little bit deeper if it is him. Last night in 11 versus Liverpool in the FA Cup, 4th round, 4-3-3. It's going to be a bit different to this, probably. I don't know. Still in goal, it won't be. It'd be who's the other guy they have in goal? Can't think at the moment, but it won't be him. Veltman, Van Hecker will play. Dunk, I would think. Kadioglu, maybe. I don't know. Gross will definitely play. I would think. Ambaliba, probably. Hinshelwood's generally, I don't know, is he a sub more now? I think he is. Not always starting. Al, whether he'll play youngster, of course. Costuras may play. Gomez. It depends if Mitoma and I think Mitoma and Welbeck will probably more likely play. I wouldn't be surprised. I would think Welbeck would definitely play, but we'll see, of course. And match official Gillette sets the referee first Brentford fixture this season. Yeah, referee Jared Gillett, or Gillette, whatever you call him, really. He's not the best a man can get sometimes because he is pretty shit. Because you're thinking of Gillette, Gillette, whatever. I don't know. He's not as sharp as a fucking razor, that's for sure, most of the time. He certainly isn't. But there we go. Assistant Stephen Meredith and Richard West. Fourth official, Paul Tierney. Oh dear. What an absolute fucking arsehole that guy is as well. VAR, Nick Hopton. Jared Gillett will take charge of his first Brentford fixture of the season on Saturday. The Bees suffered a 3-2 defeat to Fulham on his last visit to the Gtech Community Stadium. Yeah. In May 2025. Remember it well, unfortunately. So far this term, he has officiated 16 matches, producing 57 yellow cards and 1 red. Memorable meeting, Brentford 4, Brighton 2, Premier League, 19th April 2025. I might be going with this a bit, actually thinking of this score, because I just think we're going to concede. I know they haven't scored a lot, Brighton, lately, but it's against us. And we do have a habit of conceding when probably we shouldn't, really. But I can't always trust our defence sometimes. So I think they may score a couple this time. But I think we're well capable of getting 3 or 4 goals at least, because Thiago back, Sharda will be back from his suspension. No doubt Damsgaard will be there. Hopefully this time we'll get a game. 4-2. Brian and Bramo scored twice as Brentford defeated Brighton 4-2 in a thoroughly entertaining game at Gtech Community Stadium. The Cameroon international beat Bart Verbruggen with a right-footed strike early on before Danny Welbeck headed in late in the first half. Bramo restored the Bees lead with a sublime curling effort before teeing up Johan Vista to make it 3-1. Yeah, where are they? I wonder where those two are now. João Pedro was sent off for an off-the-ball incident involving Nathan Collins. And of course, João Pedro no longer there. We haven't got to worry about him this time. But the 10-man visitors reduced the deficit through Kaoru Mitoma's 81st minute effort. Christian Norgard, I wonder where he is as well now. I think he's gone as well, hasn't he? Yeah, Christian Norgard headed in to make sure of the points in stoppage time following a free kick from the right wing. That's what I'm thinking of, a 4-2. I just think there's going to be a few goals in this, because it says they haven't won. They've obviously, lost a lot of games lately and on a losing streak. But you get to Brentford, you never know with us. I still think we could get goals, though. I think they may, as I say, they may score a couple. If you got Welbeck, Mitoma, whatever, Belieber, whoever else, Minter, and a few others, Gomez, or whoever it is, Costuras, or whatever. Well, I think they're capable of getting some goals. So, but I think, yes, a 4-2, but I'll try and look at our team and see who we're going to have. Definitely. Well, we know who's back. Kelleher will be back. Kelleher back in goal. Valdemarson out. Kelleher back in. That'll happen. We'll have hopefully Rico Henry back at left back, not Aaron Hickey. No, not that again, please. Rico Henry at left back. Pinnock will be dropped out. Of course, he played in the FA Cup. We'll probably have Christopher Ayer. I think Christopher Ayer at centre back. Along with Vandenberg, I think, which is pretty much the norm at the moment. with us. And I think, the Collins will be back on the bench, probably with Pinnock, I would say. And hopefully Hickey, because Coyote will no doubt play. I would have rested him in the FA Cup and put Hickey at right back, but Andrew's got other ideas and he's doing all right without what I'm thinking, I suppose, what I'm debating. So I think that's what it'd be. It'd be Coyote right back, Henry left back, and Aya, and who else did I say? Aya and Vandenberg, central defence, centre backs. Midfield, possibly still Jensen. I don't know whether we'll bring Henderson back. I think he may be on the bench. I think Jensen will probably play. He's been doing well with Jan out, I would think. I'm hoping Damsgaard will get a run out this time, maybe from the start. If not, maybe early in the second half or something. I think he's got to get some games now. You need that. You need his distribution and attacking, play. Yarmouth maybe, probably he will play as usual. But I definitely want Damsgaard in there. We'll see. I hope so. I hope he plays because we're better for him when he plays, when Damsgaard's there with better distribution and so forth, attacking play. And this man will be back. Of course, Kevin Sharder. He'll be back in. I'm sure Lewis Potter will drop to the bench, even though he's played really well and it's unfair on him if he does get dropped. But I think Sharder will definitely be back. And, of course, Thiago will be playing. He'll be right back in there. I think that front three will probably be Sharder, Thiago, for me, and Watara. And Lewis Potter will be back on the bench, no doubt, I would think. But he's brilliant, and I'm sure he'll get minutes again. He'll come on at some stage. So that's what my team will be, I would think. So we'll see. Obviously, you'll find out. I might do an update tomorrow, possibly, of the teams. Get when I find out more. Probably do an update tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, Saturday, probably. Be up to you, Luca. Yeah, I'm cool, mate. I'm going to go very soon now because I've got food waiting. It's in the oven. It's still warming, still a bit warming up. Might get a bit cold. Got some Chinese and that. So I'm just going to be going very soon. Still haven't recovered. Unlucky, mate, but that's the way it is with Arsenal, man. You should realise that now, bro. You got that dickhead manager, that fraud, that Pratt in charge, and it won't get any better for you with them. You're not going to win the Premier, I don't think, this season. You may win a trophy or two, but not the Premier, I don't think. So, but anyway, getting back to this, my prediction will be 4-2. I'm going for that again, at least 4-2 to the Bees. Because I've just got a feeling we are going to concede at least one or two. So I'll go with either a 3-1 or 4-2 Bees. Or I'll chuck in a third one and go 3-2. But I think we're going to win it. I feel we're going to win this on Saturday. I just feel Brighton haven't been, as it said there, haven't been up to their very best. But they've got to come back. They know they've got to win. They've got to start winning games again. And I don't think it's going to be straightforward for us, but I still think at least a 4-2, 3-1, 3-2, something like that. Warren, again, if your manager plays a proper team and that's a big if, Bees 5-1 win. Well, yeah, I would hope. I would think. I do think we're going to have at least those three up front, Sharder, because he's back now, Thiago and Watara. So we got a great attacking front three there. And so we're definitely capable of scoring goals. I still think we should probably have a Damsgaard or something in midfield. along with maybe a Jensen or a Henderson, and probably, obviously, Yannick will probably play. I think we always have pretty much young Elliott to be like a defensive midfield. But I think we need that attacking thing against these, because I think they could be there for the taking this lot. I mean, they haven't been as good as they usually are, but then again, I keep forgetting it's us. And, you know, how well we're ever doing, sometimes we fuck up. It goes back to the inconsistent shit as it happened before. And if we lose, you know, we could end up losing, but I hope not. I just feel we should be winning this game. But then again, I said that against Forest, and look what happened there. So no, but I'm going to go at least a 3-2 or 4-2 at least to the Bees. I think we got capable of getting goals now. You know, Thiago's had a rest in the FA Cup. Charder's back from suspension with his break as well, of course, being away. And Ouattara only played a few minutes in the FA Cup, so he should be fine. And I think there's enough there behind them as well to cause trouble. But I just don't think we keep Brighton out. I just feel they're capable of getting goals here. I really do, unfortunately. But I'm going for a Bees win anyway. And follow me on Insta at Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B High Football Chat and smash those likes. Keep subbing. If you're new, new guys, many thanks. That's great. Keep that support going and keep subbing, smashing those likes. Everything, your support is always appreciated. It's still on 216, but get that going up, further up. Let's go. Let's get that going up further towards 250 and beyond. And till my next one will be reaction to this, I guess. Will be reaction. I may do one before. I'm not sure yet exactly. I may do a buzz tomorrow or something, maybe. But we'll definitely be reaction to this. But I'm going to bounce, guys. Got to eat my grub. My food's waiting. And I've got to go. So anyway, guys, hope you all have a good one. Hope you've enjoyed the stream. It's been a very quick one today. But thanks to the people in the live chat, people watching live or on playback. And I'm going to head off. I'm going to bounce, guys. So come on the Bees, though. Let's get a win on Saturday. Let's keep this going. Let's get that, go for that European spot still, hopefully. And all power to us, hopefully. Anyway, cheers, guys. I'm out of here. Cheers, everyone. Thank you. Bye. Cheers, everyone.